Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. Y'all, Married at First Sight season 14, the reunion part 1. The episode was giving not as much. But what did we expect, right? The season didn't give that much, okay? But anyway, y'all, let's just get into it because it is some things that I want to point out, some things I want to talk about. So sit back, relax, and let's just talk about the reunion, okay? So y'all, Kevin finally decided to actually join the people on the stage, okay? He is no longer behind the screen on the TV and nothing like that. He got his vaccines, he's fit, he's ready to go, okay? So I said, thank God we get to see Kevin in person and actually be able to interact with these people, okay? Finally, okay? So the first thing I noticed was that, you know, Noe and Steve was matching. Elijah and Katina was matching. Jasmine and Michael never matched. So we don't know what to expect with them because they didn't match on decision day and somehow they said yeah. Okay, Lindsay and Mark, nobody was paying that much attention and no one cares about Alyssa. Alyssa did look nice, but something about the 10 was not 10 in the way it was supposed to 10. Okay, but anyway, y'all, let's just get into it. So the first thing Kevin asked them was, what has been like watching yourself, Alyssa? I said, is that shade to Alyssa because Alyssa wasn't there so she had to watch it on TV? Or is that shade to Alyssa because the internet was dragging her? Which one was it, Kevin? Which one was it? Because at the end of the day, we all know that she wasn't there and she got dragged. And either way, she was at home watching herself, okay? Yeah, So she said she learned a lot about herself, okay? And I was like, you did? Is it that you're a nice person? Is it that you're a nice person? Is that what you learned about yourself? Because baby, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Lindsay said she has some self-awareness. I said, I hope that that self-awareness helps you to stop drinking so much and helps you to stop talking down to people. I hope that's what the self-awareness was of it all, okay? Elijah Wan said he has growth and reflection. I said reflection? So did you look at the man in the mirror? Okay, did you look at him? And did you say, I'm talking to the man in the mirror? I'm asking him to change his ways. Did you do that? I hope that's what you did. I hope that's what you did, okay? Jasmine said she feel like she had to block somebody because the comments was getting crazy, but it was only one person because she don't really care about them other people. But this person said that she knew her and she was like, no, you don't block. And I said, girl, is that the girl who probably out here saying that you treated Michael really bad? Is that her? Because you know, the streets is talking. They saying that you did him dirty, sis. They saying that you did him dirty, okay? So then Kevin asked them, how was this process different than what you expected? So Lindsay was like, I didn't really expect to have to take on so many big responsibilities. And I'm like, oh, child, don't let Lindsay, whoever deals with Lindsay, please listen to me. Don't let her do nothing for you because she's going to throw it in your face forever. Mark was on the side rolling his eyes. I said for real because sis, you ain't all of that, okay? With your Lindsay magic. Girl, go ahead, okay? Then we get to see unseen footage of Alyssa lying, okay? About how her and Chris had a good date when they was playing tennis and we all know that was a lie, okay? So Kevin said, Alyssa, why you was lying to the people telling them that you was having a good time? She was like, I just felt uncomfortable talking about it. I just felt so uncomfortable talking about it. Chris was in that footage saying that she just want to hang out with the girls, okay? She just want to have an experience, okay? So we already know that Lindsay took Chris' side. So they was like, Lindsay, why you take his side? She was like, well, listen, okay? I never known him to be a liar. And from everything that I've seen from Alyssa, why would anybody not take Chris' side? And I was like, girl, I'm with you on that. Like, we all should be on Chris' side when it comes to Alyssa, okay? We don't even know if we really like Chris or anything about Chris because Alyssa was out here just showing her complete whole ass. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, okay? Kevin was like, so then what was up with you saying that you wanted to, you know, stay in the apartment and hang out with the girls? What was that about? She was like, that's not what I said. And I'm like, girl, the lies. That's exactly what you said, okay? She said, no, I was saying that we should just split the apartment because we both drive far away. So he can have sometimes and I can have sometimes so we don't have so much driving to do. But sis, if you're not together, there's no point to even have an apartment to split. Like, what world does she live in? And I wanted to hold up my side because I told the girls we was going to be friends regardless. Girl, this is married at first sight, not friends at first sight. Nobody care about your friendships, okay? They came here to find them they man, okay? And you was upset because Chris wasn't what you wanted him to be and you thought you was going to live in that apartment and you wasn't. And you wasn't. And that's it, and that's all, okay? So then Kevin said to Elijah Wan, you big on effort, right? You big on effort. I said the shade. So how did you feel? You feel like she was putting effort? Elijah Wan's like, absolutely not. Y'all, I said Kevin came out blowing with the shade early in the episode, okay? I said it was shade here and shade there. He must have been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's all I got to say about it, okay? He was like, she didn't even give him a chance. And we was like, yup, that's exactly what happened, okay? So then we find out that Steve don't even see it for Lindsay. And I was like, I can see it because why would anybody really see it for her, okay? He said that she just did some things, you know, basically in a trip that he wasn't really feeling on a honeymoon and stuff like that. So, you know, he was laying low. He tried to joke with her a little bit at the retreat, and that went left sideways completely. She was making smart remarks about how Mark gonna be a good father. Look how that played out for her. Okay. So then he told Noy, don't tell that girl nothing about our business because she out here telling everybody. So come to find out, Noy told Lindsay that they had sex. Lindsay went and told production. She was like, I did not tell production that. We had on mics. It was the mics. That's how they knew. So then Steve was like, well, my producers told me that you told your producers that we had sex. And I said, who lying? Who lying, Lindsay? Who lying? I know Steve wasn't upfront and honest about his funds, okay? But he don't seem to be out here lying about a lot of stuff. But you on the other hand, sis, I don't know, okay? But she still wanted to deny the fact that she ain't say nothing, but we all know Lindsay said something because Lindsay tell everybody business. Lindsay was telling her own business to her friend about her sex life. She turned around and tell Mark business to everybody. I mean, everybody. Lindsay don't know how to keep her mouth closed, period. So why would we not believe that she told production that? You could have fooled me if she didn't. You definitely could have fooled me if she didn't, okay? So now Kevin gets to sit down with the couples individually, and the first couple he sits down with is Katina and Elijah Wan. Now Kevin said that the chemistry between them was undeniable, and I was like, were we watching the same show? Because when was the chemistry undeniable? Except for that one time that, you know, he had set up little rose petals and the rose petals and the champagne for her, you know, when they was in the hotel room or whatever. That's the one time that I was like, oh, this is cute. This is real cute, okay? So then we get to watch, you know, the good parts of their wedding and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But then Kevin comes back and said, but there was a little bit of controversy. I said, a little bit? The whole relationship was controversy. What are you talking about? Like, Kevin, were we watching the same show? I'm just confused, okay? He was like, you started talking about, you know, her cooking and, you know, things like that. And I was like, that was like every episode. That wasn't like a little bit of their relationship. That was the whole relationship, okay? Him complaining about her not cooking. He says that he realized that he could have handled himself a lot better. I said, you think Elijah Wan is the reflection, the man in the mirror actually working out for you at this point, okay? He realized that he was so stern in how he was talking about how she needs to cook for him and cook for him and cook for him. But he's not like that no more. He's not like that no more. He found with her not cooking as much. They go out or whatever the case may be. They buy food or whatever. And, you know, Katina is like, you know, I knew that good man was deep down inside him somewhere. You know, something was telling me not to give up on him. Something was telling me. Okay? So then Elijah Wan, he want to make it up to her for being an a-hole, complete a-hole on TV. So he gets down on one knee and he pulls out this big rock. I mean, child, put my rock to shame. I'm like, baby. Okay, so it was a really cute moment. So the thing about this is, right, okay, I know I should have been having all these little tingly feelings inside, like, oh my God, I love this, I want this for them, but something about it just won't let me have that moment because he has really rubbed me the wrong way the whole season. So for me, as much as I want to be happy for them, I'm just going to be happy for them because they happy. Okay, because Katina happy, so then they happy, or whatever the case may be. But when Elijah Wan said that he really wished that, you know, someone would have called him out and told him that he was being an a-hole, I said, thank you, Elijah Wan. Even Elijah Wan decided that he should have been called out. Y'all remember all them rants and ravens that I was going on saying, somebody need to call him out. Why they just let him do whatever he want? I guess I wasn't wrong, because even Elijah Wan, after watching himself, was like, dang, somebody should have told me I was acting a fool. So I could have changed it. So just because of that, I'm going to say maybe that look in the mirror actually worked out for him. And, you know, he's finally going to be a different person. And he realized that he's an a-hole. He can, you know, pull that back a little, okay? He done sold the house, which I knew was going to happen. You know, he says it's the past. You know, that was Isaac. That got to go. He got to go, okay? So they moved. He sold the house. They seem to be doing well. Everything seemed to be happy, you know. Katina said that, you know, he needed a strong woman because he's a strong man. I was like, maybe, or maybe he needed someone weak so he could walk all over them. Girl, I don't know. But if you happy, I'm happy. Like I said, y'all, the tingly feelings that I was supposed to get, I didn't get. But if she's happy, I'm happy. That's it. That's all, okay? And this was their first time actually saying that they actually love each other. So I guess they in love, child. Guess they in love. Y'all, I just can't. Like, I want to so bad, but I just can't. I'm sorry, okay? So now we get to Chris and Alyssa, and I was like, why? We already know it didn't work out. We don't care if Alyssa thinks she's a nice person, okay? So before they can even get into the conversation, okay? Before Kevin can even say, hey, Alyssa, like, can I say something first? I just want to say that I came in this with the most pure intentions. And I was like, here we go, okay? She was like, I came in this for the right reason. And I'm like, girl, we don't care. We done heard all of this, seen all of this, don't care about none of this, okay? Then Kevin asked her, like, so when you say that, do you mean that you would have gave Chris a chance? She was like, me and Chris are just not meant to be together. He said, that's not what I said. I said, do you wish you would have gave Chris a chance? She was just like, well, you know, I just don't think that this relationship would have worked anyway, okay? I said, she's beating around the bush. Girl, did you wish you would have gave him a chance or not? Okay. Then Kevin asked her, like, so what happened or whatever. She's still talking about how, you know, they just didn't have anything in common. She's like, what Chris do to you? She's still talking about what the friend said. It was like a repeat of Alyssa, you know, trying to make this seem like it wasn't something it was. You didn't like the man. You wasn't attracted to the man. You didn't want to give it a shot, okay? So Chris was like, let me just say, Chris was like, look, if I would have known half the stuff that she was saying, I would have been left. Like, you think we broke a record before? I would have definitely broke the record. I was like, go ahead, Chris, tell her, let her know. Don't need you, don't want you, since you're not all that for me to be chasing you. He was just giving you a chance because this was the process. Other than that, he would have been bounced on you, okay? Been bounced on him. We get footage of Alyssa, you know, being Alyssa, talking about how much she hate him and this, that, and the other, and he's this, and he's aggressive, and blah, 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 blah. Just being nasty. Being nasty, okay? She's talking about something she didn't realize how she was acting in the moment because she was under emotional distress or whatever the case may be. Girl, listen, ain't nobody listening to your lies, okay? Your lies and lies and lies and lies and lies and lies, okay? Chris said he would have been gone once he would have heard that she called him a used car salesman. I said, right? Because Chris said, I'm a real estate agent. What you talking about? Okay, I make real money over here. What you talking about, sis? Okay? So, you know, he asked her, like, why she didn't want to talk to the experts. She was like, I felt like they did me wrong. Like, they messed up. They gave me nothing that I asked for. I lost trust in them. Like, why would I want to talk to them? But in that footage, when she was like, you don't think the experts should have been flown down here? You don't think one of them should have been? And I was like, I agree with you on that, Alyssa. One of them should have been there, okay? I'm so tired of the experts being half on everything. Like, child, Zoom call something. Get them on the line. Get them on the line. But no, they always somewhere where they don't need to be. Okay, if the couple is on honeymoons and they just got married, there needs to be an expert on the honeymoon too, just in case. So this crap that's happening could be resolved a little bit, just a little bit, because Alyssa showed her complete ASS and production had to sit up there and deal with this mess, okay? Deal with it. Then Kevin brought up the divorce and how Chris was the one who decided that he wanted divorce and why she was all emotional and crying about it, okay? She was like, because I just felt so sad. Like, I felt sad for the both of us. And I was like, she better not try with them tears. After you done said you hate that man and you don't call him all types of names and all this other stuff, girl, you better not sit up here and play the victim. You are not the victim, Alyssa. Because whether you like that man or not, there's a certain way you can go about that, and the way you did it was not it, okay? The way you did it was not it. Chris said it was the change of language for him when it came from no longer just being, you know, going through this marriage. It became the experiment and the process of it all, okay? He was like, that's when he knew it wasn't going to be what it was supposed to be. Because Alyssa just wanted to hang out with the girls, but Alyssa just won't admit that that's what she wanted to do. Because even Chris was like, because even Kevin was like, if you knew this wasn't going to work from the very beginning, why did you go on a honeymoon? Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. You didn't do anything else you thought you were supposed to do, sis. So why did you think this was the thing that you were supposed to do? You didn't have to go. You just wanted the free trip. You wanted to go have fun. You wanted to hang out with the girls. The same reason why you wanted to split the apartment, baby. We've been here, done this already. Alyssa, stop it. Okay, stop it. I'm sure you done saw all the reviews by now, baby. It's not looking good for you. There's nothing you can say that will help redeem yourself. So let it go and just be honest. I wanted to go to Mexico. Is that where they went? I think that's where they went, child. It was so long ago. Okay, so let's move on to Jasmine and Michael. So the first thing I know about Jasmine and Michael is that they were sitting really, really close to each other. Like, the body language was like they was basically on top of each other. So I'm thinking the whole time that they still together while they talking, okay? They was talking about how, you know, they had got really, really close towards the end of this relationship. They really wish they would have took this time, okay? So then, you know, Kevin started asking them about, you know, how they had a lot of communication issues and what that was like, okay? Come to find out that, you know, Michael didn't talk to her for a whole month because he didn't know what to say to her because homegirl called him aggressive, okay? She was like, I mean, I understand what you mean by, like, you know, the word aggressive when it's used against a black man, but I'm a black woman, so I guess it shouldn't mean nothing. No, sis, it doesn't matter. You still use that word of him being aggressive, and he took that as if you were trying to say he was being, like, forceful, being really, really nasty, disrespectful, and, like, you know, in a real bad way. Like, the word aggressive is never good for anyone, okay? Especially a black man or a black woman. And just because you're a black woman doesn't mean you get the right to call him aggressive, okay? But that's her word. She's gonna stick beside it, because just because I said aggressive doesn't mean I meant he was trying to actually hurt me. But sis, you was making accusations like, and that wasn't even him at a 10. So I honestly think it could get worse. No wonder he ain't want to talk to you, okay? And I was like, why they wasn't talking? I think I seen them talking sometimes, but I guess they were just filming talking, but they really wasn't having no conversations, okay? Which is why, you know, Michael kept asking her, how do you want me to communicate with you? How do you want me to communicate with you? And she was like, just talk to me. Just talk to me, because homegirl wasn't getting no type of communication whatsoever, because Michael said, I'm not playing these games with you, and you're not going to put me in another situation where it seems like I did something that I definitely didn't do, okay? So we get to the point where they finally started to warm up to each other, and they started breaking down those walls, and it was through Dr. Viviana, you know, tantric yoga, and, you know, they actually was able to be vulnerable and open up to each other, and it really worked out for them, okay? They finally was getting to a good place and things like that, and they was opening up to each other. They were becoming friends, okay? So Michael was like, so then that's when we started finding hope, okay? And Kevin was like, there was never no hope, Michael. There was never no hope. I said, Kevin don't see it for Jasmine, because he started going in, okay? He was like, she friend zones you. There was never going to be anything, because if you ask me, she was not attracted to you from the beginning. And I was like, Kevin been watching the reviews. He was like, did you have any romantic feelings for him? She was like, no, but I told y'all I didn't have no romantic feelings for him. I told him I didn't have no romantic feelings for him. So then why did you say yes on decision day, Jasmina? Why? Okay, now we find out that them two not together. Michael said that it was like 12 days, 2 weeks, or whatever later. And, you know, he called him and was like, you're not putting any effort. I don't see the point in going through with the rest of this relationship, okay? So then they had gotten to this real bad argument, and, you know, they just was like, this not going to work. But he was like, but if you felt like there was a hope or something like that, or if there was anything going on, why would you just let it go after one argument? Why would you just let it go after one argument? And she was like, I was like, yeah, Jasmine, because you was never put in effort. Like I said before, after Jasmine said yes on decision day, and them two went to go live in their own separate apartments, okay, Jasmine changed that man name to Michael in the phone, and could care less if he called her or not, okay? The whole argument situation, y'all know Jasmine probably blew that argument up worse than what it was, all because he was trying to tell her that you're not putting in no effort, but she won't try to tell us that she was putting in effort. So if the argument was about you not putting in effort, and then was ready to just throw the relationship away, it's giving you wasn't putting in effort, Jasmina. Child, I don't even know, like, why this is not basic common sense, okay? Because Jasmina said that dating is not a priority for her at this point, but she is definitely, you know, open to it, but it's just not a priority. Michael, on the other hand, he's ready to start dating, whatever. So Kevin started pushing this fact, like, but you got your eyes on someone, right? But you kind of like, you know, you got your eyes on someone, right? You know? And Michael's like, I haven't been on no dates yet. He's like, but you got your eyes on someone, right? So I'm assuming that Michael was probably one of the people, because y'all remember from the title of Where Are They Now, they say that some castmates is dating old castmates. I'm thinking Michael got his eye on one of them old castmates, and he's trying to, like, you know, dip in there. Now, who this old castmate is, I don't know, and I'm curious to find out, baby, because I'm trying to figure out who will be a good match for Michael. The questions that I have, okay? But we'll find out on Where Are They Now, because I'm sure Michael gonna be sitting right there with whoever he's trying to get with. And Married at First Sight cameras will be right there to catch it so that we can see it. And then we're gonna talk about it. We will talk about it, okay? So then it's time to talk to Noi and Steve, okay? So then Noi comes out and Steve come out, and they got their little matching going on or whatever the case may be. They cute or whatever. So of course we all know that they stay married. She finally could turn her little ring around. It's not a surprise anymore or whatever the case may be. They moved in together. She still got her apartment that she sleep in maybe one day out of the week when she need a little break or whatever. But Steve said he's fine with that because they spend a lot of time together. So I guess it's working for them, okay? We realized that Noi realized that Steve got money because now she chill and relaxed. She not, high strung and everything like that. They talk about the fact that she had mentioned that she was falling in love with him so early. He said that, he probably would have been a little bit more reassuring, but he wasn't going to say that he was feeling that way because he definitely wasn't feeling that way at the time because it was still early in a relationship. But overall, they seem to be in a good space, okay? Everything seems to be working out for them. She's not hell-bent on having 3 kids no more. She's open to whatever. She wants 3, but she's open to whatever they want to start having kids, by next year. It seemed to be going good for them. She realized that he got a little money in the bank. Tell me what you think, okay? So she's not stressed out. She's trusting him now. They're doing good, okay? I'm hoping that she stopped, posting on the Instagram, because why we didn't talk about that? Okay? But instead, they want to bring out Sriracha, because Sriracha is like the fan favorite or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm here for Sriracha. I enjoy Sriracha on the show, but not enough for the reunion. Just my opinion. And if the rumors that I'm hearing about them trying to bring her on the show permanently is true, child, baby, no. Because y'all already been playing in our face with the experts we got. Y'all better not. Y'all better to F not. You better not married at first sight. Okay? We here? Okay. She comes out and Kevin asks her, does she feel, better about Steve now? Because, it seemed like Steve just wanted to yell, I got money. When she was grilling him, but she fine with a little situationship or whatever, because she realized that her sister not going to be struggling. Because it wasn't so much about him getting a job. It was just like, what they going to do. So now Steve got to prove his finances to her and her for some reason, because she's part of their marriage for some reason, okay? Cool. Okay, she says that the best advice that she could give them is to speak on how you feel and stop being condescending, okay? So the speak on how you feel is for Noi, because we know Noi like to run away instead of having a conversation, and we know Steve can be a little bit condescending when he talks to her like a child, okay? But I feel like that works for her because she doesn't understand anything else, okay? So my advice would be, Steve, keep talking to Noi like she's a child so Noi can understand what the hell you talking about. Because I think basic common sense ain't common for her, but that's none of my business, though. That's none of my business. Kevin asked her how did she feel about the viewers being so, open and happy with her and, making her a fan favorite or whatever. She said she's not surprised. And I was like, oh, I love Sriracha, but I don't want her to be permanent. Don't confuse the two. Do not confuse the two. Okay? So yeah, they doing a little happily ever after situationship. Now it's time to get into Lindsay and Mark the shark. Child, I didn't see a shark the whole season, and we still calling him that. Like, we need to get Mark a new nickname, because Mark the shark ain't gonna be it. It's just not gonna work together. It's not gonna work for me, okay? So when they come out, Kevin says, it seems like, your relationship was so promising from the beginning, and we get all the flashbacks of how Lindsay saying she loved him and he's so supportive and he's being there for her, even though he was going back and forth lying. Y'all remember, okay? He was saying one thing to her, but telling them another thing on the beach. Child, was a whole mess. Mark ain't never really had Lindsay back. She just thought he did. So then we get the footage of Lindsay saying that she was leaving the whole season, because child, y'all know Lindsay said she was leaving the whole season and the whole season and the whole season, okay? And she ain't never leave, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, she said that Mark was a very, very different person on film than he was when he wasn't being filmed, okay? When he wasn't, he was always in his phone. He wasn't showing her no attention. He didn't care about her, basically, okay? Mark said, I ain't want to say nothing that was going to hurt her feelings, so instead of doing that, I just walked away because I don't have time for this. Okay? So then Kevin asked them, are they still together now? Lindsay was like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, good. Okay. So this is the story. So what happened was she done helped him get his little house put together. They did some renovations and everything like that. And then she said that, you know, they've been getting a little bit of arguments or whatever the case may be. But he had threatened to put her out, make her pay rent, tell her that she don't own the property. He could get her escorted out there. Okay. Change the locks on, all this other stuff. So Mark was like, what you not going to do is not going to tell the whole story. The whole story is that you was saying a lot of things in them arguments that was very nasty, very disrespectful. You go below the belt. And I was like, yes, that's what it is. Okay. Mark said at home when he was watching that episode and he heard all the things that she said about him, he was through then, okay? He was trying to hold on, but then she kept saying stuff. And Lindsay got to understand, it doesn't matter what you do for a person. You cannot talk to them any type of way and treat them any type of way. And just because you help them clean out their bed bugs, or just because that you know, help them renovate the house when y'all was supposed to be a married couple, and that's what married couples do for each other, or whatever the case, because you was going to live there, okay? You don't get to go and talk to him and belittle him and treat him like a child and expect for him to like be like all happy and everything. We've seen what your mouth can do. We've seen how you act when you're drunk. So I'm inclined to believe everything that Mark said. Everything that Mark said. The bad outweighed the good. Okay? So Lindsay said, I just knew what I wanted to say. So she pulls out of her handy dandy notes. Okay? She wants to read how, you know, how she gave him the Lindsay effect, the Lindsay magic, and he has a better house and he has a better job, all because of her. And she can't see how he made any difference in her life. And I was just like, Lindsay is so full of herself. She's so full of herself. She's so full of herself. Maybe if you didn't act the way you act or said the things you said, you and Mark could have had a nice relationship in that house and with that job that you helped him, you know, succeed to get in life. Like, girl, bye. She done moved to San Francisco so she could go find her some engineers who are intellectual, because she's never been the smartest one in her relationship. So being with Mark was like, not gonna work. But when she's talking about the men that she was dating out there, everything was in past tense. He was a nice guy. We had a good time. He was very smart. But are you with him now? No. Because you probably talk to him the same way you talk to Mark, and you probably talk to him the same way you talk to Mark, and he wasn't here for that because, baby, he was the smartest in your relationship. She gets on my nerve. All she good for is a hump and a dump. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Period, point blank. She really worked on my nerve all the way at the end. All the way at the end. Lindsay's still working on my nerves, baby. Still working on my nerves. Anyway, y'all, that was part 1 of the reunion. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. I am going to be back for the live watch on Wednesday. We are going to do this review. We are going to have our live. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like the video, comment down below, all that good stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.